I'm just back from Australia. Had a fantastic time, mate. Here I am. Probably not the best Australian accent, but I was only there for 2 weeks. So give me a bit of time and I'll work on it. I was over there just on pleasure as opposed to business. And had a great time. Lovely spot. Rained for 2 weeks. Non-stop pretty much. If I could pick anywhere in the world where I would have thought wouldn't be wearing a poncho every day, I would have picked Australia. When I go back to work, they're going to be laughing at me if I tell them it was raining the whole time. According to the taxi driver on the way back, it was like Tenerife here, he was saying. Everyone's got a 4x4, and now I know why. And all the hills, like in Sydney especially, that's all, I was just in Sydney, but the hills, it's like one hill after another, non-stop. Couldn't get over it. Makes San Francisco look like feckin' Holland. All I heard about Australia was good weather, kangaroos, koalas, and all I got was rain and hills. But I loved it, it was great. And had a great time, and I got yak teeth. I was looking for crocodile teeth, but I probably sound like a total tourist. I was going in just asking for a necklace for things, and you once said they didn't, but she showed me shark teeth, which are very small, they're tiny, so it wasn't necessarily a great white, so I settled for yak teeth. So that's what I have here. Australia was interesting because they were having elections when I was over there, and that's another matter. But there was just one night and we were having a party, and I was talking to a bunch of people. I was telling them what I think about. We were just talking. One of the things we were talking about was Ukraine, and they thought I was mad for what I was saying. But I mean, maybe I am, but I think that's the reason I'm talking about this, because I don't think enough people know about it. Ukraine and war and Syria and Israel and climate and immigration, they're all interlinked 100%. I was saying this to them, and one of them was stopping his leg going, "Are you mad, Christoph?" Yeah, the whole lot of them just thought it was nuts, you know. I had in my mind that I keep in my head what we were talking about and make a video on it. Just my reasoning why Ukraine is as... Stop flicking. That Ukraine is as much... The war in Ukraine is as much the West's doing. Like the globalist faction of the West, EU, and the old regime of America, which is hopefully crumbling away now, and the one in Europe will crumble too and disappear and get a kick in the hole and feck off, and we'll get back to just people being able to be people. Russia did invade Ukraine, but they wouldn't have done it if we weren't up to our stupid feckin' shenanigans, goading them in to coming in. So that's the reason I'm doing this video. First off, what's with NATO? I mean, NATO was set up many decades ago to counteract the Warsaw Pact, and the Warsaw Pact has been dissolved since 1989 or 1990, whatever time. So, and NATO is only been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, I mean, what is its purpose exactly? If you look closely, the same people get the top jobs in NATO who get the top jobs in some other alphabet agency place, and they're all coming back and forth and sharing around. So it is just, NATO to me, in my opinion, is just an excuse for the globalist regime to keep getting bigger and bigger on the military side of things. Some of the people at this party were just saying it was way too far-fetched to think that a group of people could come together and plot together to take over the world. And it does sound ridiculous, but it's only a few steps away really from what a company does. I mean, they have a particular ethos. They want to take the company in a particular direction. They hire people to take it that direction. So likewise with all these institutions and organizations, at the end of the day, they're all closely aligned with similar goals, singing off the same hymn sheet. And it's been going on for decades and decades and decades. So I think it's much more credible that a small core of people are guiding the ship much more skillfully than probably like 90% of the people give them credit for. If you can flip Russia, there's a whole new market there to be plundered. There'll be lots of other avenues to look into. Send your NGOs in and go about changing it and just making it another part of the regime. And I think there's definitely an anti-Christian aspect to wanting to take out Russia as well. A really good documentary on the inner workings of the situation on the ground in Ukraine is This one here, Masks of the Revolution. I'm going to put a link up for it there, but it's funny, it just shows that things are changing, because about a year ago that video was only available. You'd be looking under the rocks to try and find it. I found it on Rumble, watch it, but I checked again there and it's up on YouTube. So it's just a sign to me that things are going in our direction, because YouTube used to be really censorious. I mean, it wasn't up, and now it is up, so that's something that's changed. Masks of the Revolution is a documentary. It was sponsored or funded by Canal Plus French channel, and then when they made it, they were told, I think it was Ukrainian embassy, but surely that was coming from, I mean, Brussels and Washington and higher up places. So I don't think it was ever shown on TV, but it was still put up on the internet in places. It's a very good documentary for getting a feeling of what the situation on the ground was in Ukraine in 2014, and it was really the case. I mean, what's Victoria Nuland here? She's like warmonger extraordinaire. She served in all the administrations. I think she was in Clinton's administrations, Bush's, Obama's, then Donald Trump. She got kicked out rightly, and then she was back again in Biden. So she's been like weaving her magic in all sorts of places around the world, just trying to extend the empire. Here she is. This is the eve of the revolution, when she's giving out bread. Like, what is she? Victoria Nuland. She was there for ulterior motives. This one here, Natalie Jaresko. She got a Ukrainian citizenship the day before, and then she just serves in the Ukrainian parliament, just like that, like an American just hopping in, no experience working in Ukraine, jumps in, and like there she is in one of the top spots in the new Ukrainian government. But that is not really what the documentary about. Like I said, it's about there's like a small part of Ukrainians who are extremely ultra far right Nazis basically, and the West went in and helped fund them and accelerated the power, made them much bigger. As always happens, it's the tough guys who make the most noise, but most people were just sitting back. They wanted nothing to do with a war, but we were sponsoring these guys and funding them, and they were doing what they do, which you'll see if you watch the documentary. But really good. It's in French, but has English subtitles. You don't hear this hardly ever here in conventional media channels. Like your man Yanukovych in 2014, he actually did win the election. Should be no new knowledge at this stage that so many people in Ukraine consider themselves Russian. And yeah, I mean, that's it. He did win the election in Ukraine, and then a new government came in after he was kicked out by these mysterious people, snipers firing on balconies, and people being killed in the streets. So, but this new puppet government came in anyway, and then they started moving closer to the West, that thing. But your man Yanukovych, that's the central point of it. He actually did win the election in 2014. So that's it for the moment in Ukraine. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get back to making more stuff on it. I mean, there's a lot of things I could talk about on that topic. But so I might make my next video on that. But I heard something on the radio there yesterday about New Zealand. I was thinking, like, seriously. So I might dig that up. I wouldn't mind having another listen to that. Might make a video on that first. But yeah, I think there's definitely more stuff to do in Ukraine. But I'm not going to start making 20-minute videos and stuff.